Perfect. Thanks, Marcus. Hi, Felipe. How are you?
Good.
Give us, I suppose, look, you've been involved in a lot of really big Leinster performances. Where does that one rate in terms of performance levels for your team last weekend?
I think it was a pretty good performance in terms of how to keep, in these days that intensity and pace for 80 minutes. And we talk about it. I know we needed a good performance, especially coming out from 4 weeks without playing, not having games, and with the situation we were involved in terms of the points we needed and so on. So it was a pretty fair big performance and fair point to the boys, because I think everyone play part on it in terms of not only the 23 but all the squad. We've been training really hard on those 4 weeks, trying to simulate at certain points games and so on. So we were much ready, definitely, and it proved and it showed that.
How much of it was down to the frustration that you guys have felt over the last 4 weeks and everything that has happened in Europe? How much of the performance that we saw at the weekend was just venting that?
Well, thanks God we didn't get frustrated. So we spoke about it. We didn't want to get frustration on our way. Sometimes when you get frustrated, you hurry up or you do things in a bad way. So I think it was more the mindset they had, and in fair point, like Stuart touched the point in one of the meetings, in terms of it all starts in our head, so let's get ready in our heads to perform at a high level, and the boys did that, and I would say that they left away the frustration, and they saw opportunities. They saw a good opportunity to go out and play and show all what we've been working behind scenes the last 4 weeks,
Can I just ask you about Tyke Furlong? Obviously, the calf injury was a lot of worry for you, for your staff. Can you give us an update on where he is in terms of that?
Yeah, we're still working on that. We haven't ruled him out at all for this weekend. But we are not going to risk anyone at the same time. We have a straight policy that we want to put on players who are able to succeed on the pitch. So if he's not 100%, we're not going to risk anyone. It's part of our policy. So yeah, we still have him on the loop, and then he's still available for selection. But he had that tiny minor, I don't know how to call it, like muscle problem, so calf. So yeah, we have to wait and see. I know it's a short week, but we still have time.
Okay, thanks, Felipe.
Cheers.
Hi, Felipe. Aisling here from Off the Ball. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Good. I just wanted to ask, when you win by that margin, do you get anything from that? When, it's such a high margin, can you see how you played? Were they just really bad? Do you come away with anything from it?
Yeah, definitely. We always try to learn. I think everyone speaks about learning when you're defeated or when you have a bad game, and that's a must, because if you don't learn from a bad experience or from a defeat, you'll keep losing. But the great challenge is to learn when you're winning, and keep on learning, and that's what we always look to do. So for me, yeah, we got away. I think we had some very good stuff. We did some very good stuff, and some other things we could have done better. And especially when we started the game, we didn't took one or two opportunities straight from the kickoff, and that in big games, when you play against big oppositions in Champions Cup and big games, you need to take your opportunities early. So that was a learning. We also had a few others things we've been talking and trying to learn from. Things we've done well and things we could have done better, and we are looking forward to improve for the next game. So yeah, definitely you can always learn. Yeah.
And there was a lot of talk after the game that the magnitude of that win, that it makes a mockery of the Champions Cup, people were saying. What's your view on all of that?
Well, that people can say whatever they want, We have to concentrate on what we want and what are our aims. We have huge respect for this Champions Cup and always, for us, it's for Leinster, it means a lot. So we are all in just trying to make the best and playing and having good performances. For us, it counts more, or we see what we can bring into a competition and not just start seeing if Montpellier came with a second team, third team, or first team. I don't care. It's Montpellier, and at the end of the day, it's Montpellier against Leinster. So we just look after or what we can do and how we can do it better, each time.
Yeah, exactly. And it was great to see Johnny Sexton coming off the bench. He looks very sharp. Yeah,
definitely. Johnny, it's been very sharp in training, and it's great to see him coming off the bench. I think it's there's been a few, like, we've been hit by COVID and so on and things, and sometimes at that age, especially if you stop then to get back to the rhythm. But he showed he's in great form. And I'm lucky I can see him every training session, but for the people that can only watch him at the weekend, it was good to see him coming off the bench, yeah.
Great, thanks Felipe.
Cheers.
Hi Felipe, Ali here from BT. Just a quick one as regards your opponents this weekend. Obviously Bath not enjoying the best of times right now. Does that mean that, again, you're going to have to sort of prep for a side that perhaps aren't going at full bore, and does that throw up the same sort of situation that potentially you had in front of you last week, where you were heavy favourites to do perhaps not quite what you did on the weekend, but something similar?
Again, there's two things. I think we'll fall in a big trap if we just underestimate Bath power, especially because of a few reasons. First one is the history they have behind in this competition. The history and the proud of going and playing in the Rec. It's such a wonderful place to go and play that it's incredible, and also the pride they have on themselves. 2 weeks ago they've got their first win, and you could see how much it means for them, for their supporters, for their people in the Rec. So I'm not expecting an easy game, put it like that. It's I think it will be a battle, especially the history we have Leinster against Bath in these sort of fixtures. And if you see in our first game when we played them in the Aviva, and then last weekend in La Rochelle, they never give up. They just came up from a 39-0 and scored 3 tries against us. They ended up strong. So it's a team that they are there to go and play good rugby. And if you just underestimate them and you don't prep properly, you could be regretting on Monday morning, or I would say Saturday evening. You could be regretting not having done your prep. So for us, it's brainless, in terms of the decision. We are preparing to play our best game as we do, yeah.
And can you give us a little flavour of exactly what this competition means to Leinster? It might sound like an obvious question. You've won it so many times. You yourself have such a proud history within the competition. But do you feel like Europe is still absolutely at the epicentre of everything you drive towards every season?
So, sorry, I didn't get it. It cut off. If I feel what?
So I was just wondering if does the European competition absolutely stand at the kind of epicentre of everything that Leinster drives towards still, in the way that it did when you were playing?
Well, yeah, it's a big. We want to win every competition we are in to start with, you know. So that's the competitiveness that we have in this environment, in this club, you know. But the Champions Cup, we know that we are not going to hide. We want that fifth star on our jersey, you know, and that's a big aim for us, you know, throughout the season. That's a huge. It means a lot, this competition to us. But we want to win again the URC and any competition we are in. We want to win it, you know. But yeah, definitely the Champions Cup is something that it's treated special here at the club, you know.
Is there a little bit of added bite on account of the way things have gone the last two seasons? Do you feel like, you know, this is a season you really want to make it tell, get your hands on it again?
We still know, you know, we didn't have the results we wanted the last two seasons, and 3 seasons ago we lost in the final, but we want to get there competitive, and we want to be on the verge of winning. We want to win the trophy. So yeah, definitely it's not that it's a non, like we are planning for the near future and for today and for the near future and the long-term future as well. And I can see Leinster hopefully staying in this competition, being an entertainer of this competition for the next few years, you know. So yeah, hopefully we can win it, put ourselves in a good position to win it. But yeah, well, you know, it's the Champions Cup for us. It's very, very important, yeah.
And just one last one, as regards Johnny Sexton, I appreciate you'll have mentioned him, but knowing him so well and what makes him tick and how he operates, do you see him still able to offer absolutely everything that he always has for Leinster and indeed Ireland, or do you see some sort of diminishing powers in any respect?
No, not at all. I see him delivering everything. He's the club, for us, the club captain. He's the national captain for Ireland. And one thing that Johnny does, and he's been doing for a long time now, and it's he drives the standards so high that it puts, you know, like that it's a joy to have him around in the environment. So I think that he knows himself, so he's so competitive that when he can't deliver or he feels he can't deliver to the highest standards, I think he by himself he make the step away, you know. But for the moment he's delivering good quality rugby and in training and in the game. So yeah, keep coming, keep going.